Hey guys, today we are making ice cream. You will be required to have an ice cream maker or a machine to complete this. You can get these kind of cheap at some shops like Kmart and Big W. All right, I'll be using a churner. All right, but you definitely don't have to use one of those. So yeah, let's get cooking. All right, so let's get started. What you're gonna need some cream, you're gonna need some milk, you're gonna need some sugar, eggs, and salt. Okay, the first thing you are going to want to do is measure 470 mils of milk and cream into a saucepan. Okay, so I'm just going to use my scales, which is set onto mils, and I'm going to measure 470 of each. So change that over to your unit of grams, to 220 grams of sugar. Place that onto the stove, and you're going to put that onto a medium heat. Okay, to that, I'm also going to add some vanilla extract. And I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, once you've added vanilla extract, you can move on to separating the yolks and the whites from your eggs. We're only going to be using the yolks, all right? So you can save those whites for a meringue or some egg white omelets if you're deciding to be super healthy. Okay, keep a clean workbench, always important. So, get your eggs, get yourself 2 bowls. Actually, I might put the yolks, the whites, straight into a Chinese container. So I'm going to need 7 of these yolks. So crack that. Whites into the container. Yolks into my bowl. Oops. Now what I've come to learn over my years is using fresher eggs. These are a lot easier. If you're using eggs that have been sitting in the fridge a little bit long, okay, you're gonna find that the yolk is a lot easier to break. Got a little helper. You're going to need a whisk. Now you're going to want to whisk your cream, milk, and sugar until your sugar has dissolved. You do not want to bring this to the boil. All right, you just want to heat this up. So make sure you do not bring this to the boil. You're just getting it warm. Okay, now that your milk, cream, and sugar mixture has all been warmed up, all right, and slightly heated, what you're going to do is turn that into a custard. So what you want to do is whisk your egg yolks. Don't add all of this. Add a tiny bit of your warm mixture. Stir it in. Add a little bit more. Now you want to keep stirring this, because if you didn't, you'd be making scrambled eggs. All right, and it's going to make your ice cream go all lumpy and a bad consistency. So now you've made your egg and milk mix. Mix that in. What you're going to do, first is clean the side of my pan. Bring this mixture, add it to the stove. and you're going to add it to your main mix. Now I'm going to lose and swap those two over for a thermometer and a spatula. Now you could use a wooden spoon, that's fine. All right. The goal here is to cook this out so it starts thickening up. Now the egg yolks are going to thicken your mixture. All right. But you do not want to heat it over 76 degrees. So you don't want to bring this to a boil. You just want to keep this on the stove on a medium temperature and continuously mix it. Don't stop mixing it, all right, till it gets to a nice thick consistency. I'm just going to keep stirring it, and as you can see, it's starting to get nice and thick. All right, now what you guys will be using is your spoon, and the best indication is actually being able to run your finger down the back, and you'll notice that it's going to get thicker and thicker as we cook it out. Now this is going to take a few minutes, so you've got to be patient and you've got to be very vigilant and continue to keep this stirring. All right, if you do have a thermometer, it does help that you can stick it in and guide yourself, make sure you're not getting too hot. All right, as you can see, mine has hit the temperature, so I've had to take it off the stove. And now I'm just going to cook it, continuously stirring while it's off the stove, and then I'll add it back on in a minute or so. Okay, now I can tell by just looking at that and by doing the spoon trick that this is thick enough, all right, to the thickness that I would like it. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn the stove top off, and I'm going to get myself a bowl. And a sieve. I'm going to pull this through. And that strainer is there to catch anything like that, all those little impurities. From here, we let this sit, we let this cool down, and then we will be ready to churn. So I'll leave that here. As you can see, I got my ice cream and it was a success. Rich, smooth, beautiful. All right, and the bonus is my partner, she only eats Ben & Jerry's apparently. So, all mine. I just want to say a quick thank you for watching my video. There'll be many more to come, many more to come. Hope you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.